Hey everybody, David Dorman here with Century 21 Professional Group and the lovely and talented Susie Carlton from Element Home Loans. Talking to you today about interest rates. Now, interest rates, it seems like a bad word, bad couple of words actually, but you know, it's not as scary as you might think it is. Getting pre-approved for a home loan is pretty easy to do, but a lot of folks I think are on the fence because of these higher rates they're hearing about.
Yes, we get a lot of people that are concerned, and there's this perception that rates are going to come back down to 2 and 3%. I've been doing this 32 years. It happened for a blip in time. They're not going to come that low again, but we do think rates are going to come back down into hopefully the 5s here in the near, year, within the year or so.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I've noticed in the market right now, you've got people that are just, we're having people look at our listings all the time, but they're not making offers. And I think that's because they think that they're going to be stuck with a really high rate. And there's a phrase, you know the phrase, it's, what is it? Marry the house, date the rate. Yeah.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about that. I mean, there are options out there.
Yes.
For getting into the home now and changing your rate later.
Yes, we at Element Home Loans, we offer a 5-year rate drop pledge for anybody that finances with us. After they've made at least 6 months of payments, we will cover all the lender fees, rebate the appraisal for a refinance. We do know home values are not coming down, so we expect homes are going to continue to appreciate, so people are going to have equity to be able to refinance.
That's very true. I mean, the rates may go down, but when that happens, you know what else is going to happen?
Home prices are up.
Prices are going to go up. If we were to drop down to a rate of 4.5%, the inventory would dry up like that, and it would be back to the bidding war.
Be a buying frenzy again.
What I'm getting at is that if you're thinking of buying a home, do it now, because even any kind of rate drop, we're going to see a lot more activity happen. Right now, sellers are kind of freaking out a little bit. They're like, oh, I can't get the price that I want for my home right now, or these people are asking me for closing costs, or they're giving me a lower price. Yeah, they are, because houses are not selling as fast right now. But the problem is the buyers aren't taking advantage of it. They really need to not be so afraid of the rate. It's a temporary thing in my mind.
Right. And one thing I tell renters, if you think about it, you're paying a rate of 100%. You're getting no benefit to renting.
100% interest rate.
Yes. What kind of rate is that when you're getting no benefit? And if you don't get in the market, you'll never get in the market, because like David said, I think it's going to become a frenzy when the rates come down. And right now, most of the deals I'm getting, the seller is paying toward closing costs.
Yeah,
they're willing to do that, and that's going to dry up when that happens.
Absolutely. It'll be just the opposite, where we have these really short inspection periods, these extremely high demands for higher escrow deposits, shorter financing time, everything. It's just putting the
And the other good thing right now, if you can get the seller to pay toward closing costs, we can use that toward a permanent rate buy down. So I had
permanent, wait a minute.
Yes, so
not,
I had
not temporary?
No, so I had a buyer last week close where we got the seller to pay 3 points, 3%. We used that to get his rate all the way down to around 6%. So as a permanent rate. From where they've been hovering again around the 7 range.
So you almost knocked it down a whole point.
Yes,
the seller paid
and
for
use the seller money, because I don't want to use buyer's money, because we want them to be able to refinance, and we don't want them paying that much upfront on their own. But if we get the seller to pay it,
well, a point, I mean, that makes a huge difference in their monthly payment.
Exactly.
Too, and all of that. Well, that's very cool. Well, you can see, folks, there are a lot of options out there. So if you have questions, by all means, give Susie a call at 407-782-7856. That's one of the few phone numbers that I actually remember off the top of my head, but you're number one on my speed dial.
Oh, great.
What can I say? Thanks for listening, and by all means, give us a call if you ever have any questions.
Thank you.